What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis, going to be casting one of the semifinal matches we have on the Radiant side. Maven Gaming on the dire. It's going to be Magic Pigeons. This is going to be from League of Dota Season 2, Week 6. And it is going to be a best of 3 with one team on EU. I don't know which one anymore. One team on EU, one team on US East, so the servers going to be East, Lux, East. And then hopefully everyone will be unsatisfied, but unsatisfied equally. So that's, cause I'm all about the fairness. Like, as long as everyone is equally unsatisfied, that's fine with me. Maven Gaming haven't had the chance to cast them yet. Magic Pigeons, I've casted them last week where they were also in the semifinals, though I think it was just like a whole different lineup of people. I think Rakudo was there. I think one Magikarp was there, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't really know too much about this Magic Pigeon side except the fact that I did cast them yesterday and they won. They're in the semifinals, so you know what could possibly go wrong. But I'm pretty sure they also had a couple of different people, like Mick Mouse Magikarp wasn't here. I'm pretty sure Hayes wasn't here. So they're just running around with like a constantly shuffled deck, which is interesting, I guess, if you could just like swap out people that much. But who knows? We got a couple Magikarps, a couple of non-Magikarps. Maybe they're going to evolve eventually and actually be useful. But we'll see. Hopefully it will be in this game, because it'll be cool if in next game, all of a sudden it's like Hungry Gyarados, Mick Mouse Gyarados, right? That'll be pretty sweet. Anyway, Maven Gaming going to open up their picks with Nick Sasson as well as the Invoker. So, you know, two strong heroes that are having a larger and larger upswing as the metagame progresses. Nick Sasson, most of the time now, although still occasionally seen as a support, does more often now go towards the hard lane. And then that's kind of a more greedy play. Nick Sasson is kind of survivable, but in the right situation, you could easily squash that bug. So, I mean, he's no Clockwork or Timbersaw or anything like that. He doesn't dominate the hard lane. And in a 1v1 matchup, Nick Sasson, if it does come to that, as far as hard lanes are concerned, he's not going to win that matchup. But, you know, if he does get the levels anyway, he's going to be fine. Get a fast Vendetta and then pop people like Rubik real early. Depends on how fast he does get that level 6, but if he does get it quick enough, then he could definitely put some work in towards the Magic Pigeon side. Magic Pigeons, on the other hand, going to go with Rubik as well as Lifestealer, so possibly setting up for a Storm pickup, possibly right now even. Maven Gaming targeting some mid-hero bans, trying to protect their Invoker, and we'll probably see a Storm v Invoker. I don't see why they would go for anything else. I mean, they could go for like Clockwork, but yeah, there you go. Storm Spirit versus Invoker, mid lane matchup, Maven Gaming. I mean, they ban out the two heroes that Invoker, or they think that the Invoker is going to find the most troublesome in that Puck and the OD. Completely understandable to ban out that OD, because Int versus OD is never a fun time. But regardless, Magic Pigeon is going to get that access route with the Lifestealer Infest Bomb. Storm Spirit Lifestealer, in my opinion, one of, if not the best. I actually like Puck Lifestealer a little bit more. You don't have as much flexibility with Ball Lightning, but at the same time, Storm Spirit can only keep one person near the Lifestealer, whereas Puck can keep all of them near the Lifestealer. So I guess that's what Maven Gaming are, you know, they're probably thinking around those lines too. Magic Pigeons, banging out Viper, Weaver. Just a lot of high damage heroes after the Invoker Nick Sasson, which is really just a blank slate. Magic Pigeons with the Lifestealer pickup really early isn't as much of a blank slate as Invoker Nick Sasson, just because Lifestealer does have those natural synergies with a lot of other heroes, such as the Storm Spirit that was picked up. So Maven Gaming going to be flexible and moving into their third and fourth picks, where they choose the Mirana as well as the Shadow Demon. So possibly seeing a tri-lane with the Shadow Demon, Mirana, and Nyx could be a pretty aggressive one. Magic Pigeons, Visage, Lifestealer, Rubik is pretty dangerous as well. They won't be able to get a kill on Mirana, and Shadow Demon's Bubble going to be incredibly useful for keeping people safe. So I think Maven Gaming are probably going to want to lane this tri-v-tri. Magic Pigeons, I think they'll be okay if they run into a tri-lane on the other end, but they would prefer having 3v1 lanes. So I guess that's going to be the breakdown of what Maven Gaming want. I mean, they could still pick up another support hero and have Mirana, Shadow Demon, X other hero, and then have Nick Sasson off lane, and then just go for a big mid-game power play. Against a Lifestealer, I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. I mean, Lifestealer is a really great mid-game hero as far as carries are concerned. I mean, he's no Luna, he's no Gyrocopter, but he's definitely able to do the damage, do a little bit of crowd control at the same time, and stay alive, take hits, which I think is the most important fact. Taking a look at what Maven Gaming have, what Magic Pigeons have, I'm thinking this might actually be an Exhortvoker. I mean, the Shadow Demon in combination with Mirana is, I think, a big reason why they picked the Shadow Demon up, but at the same time, Sunstrike with a disruption into a Soul Catcher, That's a pretty dangerous combo as well. So if you could land that combination, please tell me I have the right overlay. Okay, good. If you could land that combination, then people like Visage, people like Rubik, hell, even a Storm Spirit, if he's, for whatever reason, unable to ball lightning out, he's just dead. And, ooh, Magic Pigeon's going to go with the Beastmaster. That's their offlane pickup, and Timbersaw is still in the field, guys. Maven Gaming, if you run a Mirana, Shadow Demon, Nyx... Oh, no, Timbersaw's not. He's first banned. LOL. Okay, he's not in the field. Who else is in the offlane? You could go for something like Clinks, which would be, I think, okay. Maybe not too decent, because Storm Spirit with Ball Lightning and Dust is incredibly dangerous, so maybe not that. You could still go for Clockwork. You could still go for a Windranger. And, well, they know it's probably going to be a Beastmaster lineup. In Magic Pigeons, you don't pick up a Beastmaster like that unless you're on the Dire and you're going to put him on the offlane. So most likely it is going to be a solo lane Beastmaster. Don't see them laning it any other way. So we're probably going to be seeing a Tri-V-Tri lane. And it's going to be Sand King for Maven Gaming. Huh. Well, this is going to put into question where the Nyx Assassin is going to go, at the very least. It could be a Sand King, Mirana, Shadow Demon. I think I like that not as much as Nyx Assassin. I definitely think that Sand King, although Nyx Assassin is definitely stronger in a lane, like, by himself, the fact that Sand King is... If they do lane it the way that I'm thinking of, the Sand King is most likely going to run, therefore, into a Beastmaster in lane. And the way that Sand King versus melee matchups go is that you get Caustic Finale, and then you just kill everyone, every melee hero, because Caustic Finale is really good whenever the enemy team has a melee hero. You just tag everything with that poison, and then they all explode. But it looks like the Maven side, they're not going to be having any of it. So we'll see how they actually want to shape up their lanes. It looks like they're going to... expect the aggressive yeah, okay, so they're going to put the Nyx Assassin alone in the top lane. It's going to be an off-lane Nyx Assassin. He's going to be the one running into the Beastmaster, I want to say. Depends where Recruito heads down. It is definitely going to be... No, it's a Beastmaster tri-lane. That is not what I expected at all. Alright, so either way, Maven is going to be up against a 1v1 matchup. We're going to have a 3v3. Sand King, really capable as far as that goes. Maybe only once he gets a couple more points in the Burrow Strike. Up until then, level 1 Burrow Strike is kind of a shitty spell. I mean, 350 range is pretty much just like this, and you gotta really just hug him in order to get that stun off. Kind of inconvenient. However, if you have all the setup in the world, like Disruption, like an arrow, then you'll be fine. The reason I'm kind of surprised at the fact that Magic Pigeons are deciding to lane the Beastmaster in the bottom lane is that Beastmaster generally is a hero that needs his level 6 as fast as possible. He also doesn't offer that much in lane aside from pure damage. I guess Call of the Wild, once you get a couple more points, you could get a Boar, and that's a little bit of slow, but unless they're trying to just push the lane with Inner Beast as well as Wild Axes, which with the Visage and Rubik they shouldn't be, then the Beastmaster is going to be struggling. I mean, maybe not struggling, but he's not going to be reaching his full potential as quickly as he possibly can. I guess what they can do is just always have the Beastmaster, you know, well, I can't draw on the map when it's paused, but, you know, just go over here and then stack pull the Ancients. And that's something that you could always do with Beastmaster. That's why I thought that Beastmaster was going to go towards the bottom lane by himself, because if he does do that, he'll be, you know, probably a 1v1 matchup, which, I mean, obviously this game, it's not going to happen. But he'll be able to stack the Ancients, he'll be able to get that insurance so that he gets his Primal Roar, you know, in a reasonable time frame. In this scenario, Beastmaster not going to contribute much to this lane in order to shut down the Mirana. He's going to be a melee hero, which means he's going to be a melee target. And although Beastmaster is actually pretty damn tanky, like he has a lot of strength right now, and 4 armor, so it's going to take a lot of firepower from the Maven side in order to bring down that Beastmaster. He's not going to get anything done. Because Shadow Demon as well as Mirana, they'll be constantly poking at the Beastmaster if he wants to get last hits. So Rubik as well as the Visage can have to do double duty as far as that is concerned. But we have the pause over with. Hopefully there's no more pauses, because no one likes pauses. Nothing special. It's going to lead the charge, thinking about, no, Observer Ward, a Magikarp Ward. What? That looks so cool. And it's not actually a Magikarp, but still it looks enough like one to make it seem, okay, I could dig that. That's pretty cool. And yes, they do see the Observer Ward, so they're going to take that one out immediately. So let's see who's playing what on the Maven side. It is going to be nothing special on the Mirana. Fida is on the Sand King. We have Evasion. It's going to be on the support Shadow Demon. Mid lane is going to be handled by Vacus. There is no L there, although it would sound pretty cool with an L. So on the mid lane, Invoker and Arlecchino is going to be on the Nyx Assassin on that top lane. Hungry Magikarp is going to be handling the mid lane Storm Spirit. Looks like the two supports of Haze as well as Creepy Magikarp playing the Rubik and Visage respectively going to go up towards top to support Rakudo's Life Stealer. Going to leave Mickmouse Magikarp on the bottom lane, and this is what I expected. This is, I mean, I didn't expect there to be 3v1 matchups. But regardless, 3v1 matchups are going to be incoming, and Arlecchino might get caught off by it. Lifestealer has not spent his skill point just yet, and Arlecchino, if he gets caught by that, he might be in a lot of trouble. Rakudo thinking about opening some wounds, although Visage is not going to have any part of it, so he's just going to pull stack. No aggression level 1, although they definitely could have put a lot of hurt onto that Nyx Assassin. Poor man's shield or not, I mean, he does have Spike Carapace, which will protect him from one hit, but that's just one hit. Evasion going to do all the zoning on the Beastmaster as possible, and this is a really old school way to lane this hero. I mean, Beastmaster on the Dire bottom lane is definitely well, it's no longer a thing, but it definitely used to be a thing, just because you always used to be stacking Ancients, stuff like that. The enemy teams got kind of wizened up to the fact, and then they eventually started dewarding the Ancients, or blocking the Ancient camps. And then Beastmaster, they can't do that, and if you for some reason cannot deward that Ancient camp, then you're just screwed in lane. I mean, you're completely useless. You could kind of jungle, but only kind of. Like, you need your level 6 if you're going to be ganking as Beastmaster, and if you're not ganking as Beastmaster, then what the hell are you doing? You probably could have picked any other hero to go onto that lane and would have been just as fine. Arlecchino is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to take a slam from the Hellbear Smasher. That's actually a Thunderclap, and now he's just going to get zoned out a little bit by Creepy Magikarp. Here comes Rakudo, thinking about opening the wounds. Not going to happen. A little bit out of range. I mean, open wounds level 1 range is even worse than a Burrow Strike level 1 range, and that's saying something, because Burrow Strike level 1 is an absolute terrible skill. So 3v1 lane is going to be safe for pretty much both sides. 13 for 4 versus 7 for 1. Lifestealer should not be missing these last hits, where Mirana is taking the last hits that are even closer to her tower. What's going on, Rakudo? Got to get that money. Whatever, taking a look back at the mid lane. 12 for 2 versus the 5 for 2. Invoker struggling just a little bit versus the Storm Spirit. He's relatively safe, however, given as though he has 2 points in that quas. He can put the pressure back on Hungry Magikarp. Does have the bottle going back and forth, though, this Storm Spirit. So, Storm Spirit with the base damage advantage that he should have for quite a long time, at least until the Invoker gets his phase boots up. Once he has that, then he'll be able to stand and duel, and of course, if he has a Cold Snap on Magikarp, then he'll be fine. But now Magikarp going to look for the kill. He's going to look for Electric Vortex or just right clicks. At the same time, Invoker, Quas Runes, and Storm Spirit burning through those tangos. And there we go, Bubble on the bottom lane. Arrow going to fly, hit pretty hard onto Mickmouse, but that's not going to be enough unless it leap forward for Starstorm. No, it's a level 2 Arrow, and they dished out all the damage that they could give. Sand King still doing his own thing in the jungle, so unable to help that. A Burst Strike would have definitely led to a kill. Beastmaster is going to be thanking his lucky stars that the Sand King was not there in that particular scenario. Huh. Shared Tango cooldown. What is this? Oh god. Fucking shit. Oh god. Well, it happened. I ain't even mad. I mean, I'm kind of salty about that, but not really. That's fine. We missed First Blood because I've hit like all the First Bloods for the past 2 weeks. And it was bound to happen, guys. It was definitely just bound to happen. Meantime, I'm watching Invoker doing nothing on the mid lane. Fantastic camera control. A+, 10 out of 10. Would watch again. But that's okay, guys. That's okay, because I'm sure it was a very bland, very passive way of killing him. They just opened his wounds and then dropped a soul assumption that was maxed out on him. That's definitely what happened, and it's nothing to write home about. Sand King going to jack the Invis-Rune from the Storm Spirit. It's going to help Sand King, actually, the Invoker quite a bit. Invoker's going to need this extra time to get his... So he has 2 blades of attack, almost at the phase boots, although phase boots are incoming. So Vicus is going to now receive a little bit of support from the Sand King. The Storm Spirit should know that there's an invisible Sand King here. And if he gets tagged with a Burrow Strike after a Cold Snap, then he might just be dead. Level 5 Storm Spirit still a very, very easy target to kill, even though Sand King is only level 3. And Hungry Magikarp. Oh, don't step up. Please don't step up. That's a bad idea. Tornado into a Burrow Strike. They could even dive this tower, but Hungry Magikarp, yeah, he smells something. He knows Sand King took some rune. I don't know if he saw the Invis Rune. Oh, no, he definitely did. He definitely saw the Invis Rune, so Hungry Magikarp's not going to get caught up by this. Or at least he shouldn't. If he does, then it'll be really depressing. And here we see Beastmaster going to be very, very sad in the fact that his ancient camp will not stack. So he has to spend another 200 very, very precious pieces of gold in order to deward that. And once he has that, then he can start stacking. And he also needs to go for Soul Ring so he can actually start stacking. It's going to be a long road for Mickmouse on this bottom lane. That's kind of why we don't see Beastmasters anymore. They're very, very easy to shut down. There's no contingency plan, and hell, like unlike a Clockwork who could still be useful if he like lands cogs or something like that, Beastmaster, if he doesn't have any levels, he could throw out wild axes and deal like 90 damage, 100 damage, something like that, which is just peanuts. It's not going to be doing anything. So now he's like, I don't even know what he's planning on doing. Like, he needs to start stacking something or clearing neutrals because he's not getting anywhere near the creep wave with evasion as well as Vita wandering around. Now Mickmouse, yeah, he's not even gonna get the rune either. So Mickmouse is not having the best of times, to say the least. I mean, to be fair, Nick Sasson not having great time either, but he at least has some experience. He has a 3-level advantage. Now open wounds onto Arlecchino, lifted back into the air as well. Spike Carapace will go off. Recruito still beating down, though. Here comes evasion and the disruption to save him from the soul assumption. Beautiful play from the #1 NA support, Zepport, rather. Coming in with a TP scroll, saving Nick Sasson's ass. You cannot ask for more from your Shadow Demon, ever. That is like the ideal. That's the dream. That's textbook Shadow Demon right there. Put him into a bubble, save them from sure death, and Nick Sasson is going to walk away with his life. Meantime, middle lane, Storm Spirit can get hit with the Cold Snap. Not really going to do too much, force out a little bit of mana, but you know, with the bottle ferrying back and forth, he's going to be just fine to do that all day long. And now Evasion going to receive a little bit of experience time on the top side, although still with the tri-lane up here, he's got to be very, very careful. Fortunately for them, there's no mana on the Lifestealer. And he used open wounds as well as rage. Just a lot of mana being burned on that Lifestealer, and there's no arcane boots or anything like that. There we go. Someone's going to put in the bubble. It's going to be the Rubik. Impale is going to miss, however, and now Arlecchino up in the air. There is no open wounds, however, so he should be fine to just walk his way out of here. And he will. Open wounds not going to happen because he used rage instead. Even if the Impale landed, I don't think that would have been a kill. So, you know, whatever. Hayes going to walk away. He might need to base anyway, though, which kind of sucks. But he could afford to stay. He has one spell. He could stick around if he really wants to. Then you look back at the bottom lane. Beastmaster's now hitting level 3, whereas Nick's almost at that level 6 mark. He's not having the best of times. In the meantime, mid Invoker, getting initiated upon by the Storm Spirit, has a Cold Snap, and he does have Evasion right behind him. Invoker going to walk away from the Storm Spirit, who's completely tapped out of mana and Evasion. I mean, he's not actually, aside from the disruption on the top side, going to the mid lane didn't actually do anything except for just scare off Hungry Magikarp, and that's sometimes all you really need to do. Arlecchino going to get spotted out, but it's going to be a rune on the bottom side. Oh no, a regen on Storm Spirit. That could be a little bit dangerous, guys. Just a little bit. Especially if he comes down to the bottom lane where Maven Vita is in a little bit of trouble if he sticks around. Storm Spirit does not have any True Sight, however, so he can just Sandstorm all day long. Here he comes into the Sandstorm all day long. No dust? That would be really unfortunate if the Courage delivered dust right there, but here we go. Sand King in the Sandstorm. And in the meantime, he gets a solo kill on the mid lane. God, I'm 0 for 2 this game. What a tragic way to cast. Tornado after Cold Snap cratering that Rubik. Jeebus. I should just retire. I'm done. I've reached the peak. Hungry Mickmouse, rather, on his way out. And by that, I mean he's going to try to hide. But, yeah, I don't really... Oh, well, he's digging. He's digging, but you can't hide forever. Yeah, he's going to pop the Hawk, but... There's a Burrow Strike in, and Mickmouse is completely trapped. I am now 1 for 3, guys. Chalk that one up as a victory. And Beastmaster is still going to be years away from serving his team any sort of functional use. He needs level 6. He really, really does. And that's a level 6 that Nick Sasson almost have, although he's getting surrounded right now. Open wounds is going to happen, and the Spike Carapace, the Impale is going to fly through, hit onto Hayes. No TP from the Shadow Demon this time, and Arlecchino is going to go down. Spike Carapace still available, and what? He had Spike Carapace the entire time. I don't know, because sometimes you just gotta save your mana, I guess.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom.
I was like, he's waiting to the last possible moment of his hero's lifespan to cast that, so he could get the enemy team to waste as much as they possibly could. But no, he just forgot, I guess, or something. I don't know what happened there. Nick Sasson giving them a free one. He's almost at level 6 though, so once he gets to that Vendetta, he'll be able to leave that hellhole of a lane. Beastmaster not going to be as lucky. Level 4 on him. Invoker 39-15 with 1 kill. Now even with the Storm Spirit, those phase boots giving him a nice damage advantage so that he could actually stay competitive with the Storm Spirit in the last hitting game. But still nothing special. He's been on this bottom lane the entire time, gotten 2 kills out of it, gotten one on the both on the Beastmaster, I believe. Yeah, got 2 kills on the Beastmaster. And a Hand of Midas that was acquired, I think, at like 6-ish minutes. So he's been getting some great value out of that. And now, possible initiation. I mean, Rubik and Beastmaster, they actually just can't do anything. Look, those axes didn't do jack. And now Mick Mouse is going to get initiated upon, although it might be Hayes who's really unlucky. There you have a Burrow Strike, and there we go. Bubble into a Curse, into an Arrow. Perfectly played. Don't even need to Burrow Strike this guy. Shadow Demon is going to go down, but they get a Burst Strike anyway on Hayes. Maven Fida going to dive for this one. Arrow from long range. It's a killing spree for nothing special. Creepy Magikarp in the area. Has Soul Assumption, has Familiars. But they will do a little bit less than nothing. It's too late. Already 2 down on the bottom side of this map. And in the meantime, Lifestealer just getting his farm on. He has the drums. Not going to go for any sort of farm accelerant like the Hand of Midas or anything like that. But going for the drums to fight, not a terrible way to go either. Nothing special, going to get nuked down very, very hard, actually. Picking a fight with fully charged Familiars, probably not a good idea. Would not recommend. But he got one, which is, I guess, okay. It paid for the salve, I guess. Wasn't really worth it if it just, like, if you break even. Probably not a good idea. I guess you get, do you get, like, a lot of experience from these guys? I actually have no idea how much experience Familiars give. I'm assuming it's something, but nothing too substantial. Crudo now going to get snapped on the top lane. He's going to bring down the tower regardless and then rage out. But I don't think you can actually escape this Invoker. Tornado will fly and will lift him up. Crater? No, won't crater him, but Arlecchino there with the Vendetta smackdown. And Lifestealer's going to go down, trading his life for a tower. I mean, it's definitely, on paper, I would say worth it, but he's now down for another 20 seconds. That's no farm. And now top lane farm is going to be a little bit more difficult. So I don't want to, that's actually probably not worth it. Although the gold going for his team is mathematically worth it. The time that he's wasting, the time that he's dead, he has to buy a TP scroll or walk out or something like that. It's a lot of downtime for him. And, of course, to get another kill for the Nick Assassin, or his first kill, rather. Going to give him 1,000 gold in the bank. I think it's got to be Arcane Boots for Arlecchino, and yeah, he's going to slip into the secret shop, or the side shop, and then pick those up. But, mass teleportation at the top side. Hungry Magikarp does not have Dust for this. Although there's no Vendetta on Nick Assassin, they should know this timing. Arlecchino lift up into the air. Spike Carapace, is he going to use it? That's always the big question. There's Spike Carapace. Rage only going to do so much, however. Open Moon's still active. Arlecchino's going to get beaten down. Get some mana burn onto Magikarp before he dies, but easy kills for the Magic Pigeons as they constantly pick off this Nick Assassin. I mean, to be fair, Beastmaster's also constantly being picked off. Now we can finally stack Ancients, and he should know that. I mean, 13 minutes in, you know that the wards only last for 6. So unless the Maven side have been super diligent, you should be able to go for it. But I mean, there's no way to tell unless you just go ahead and check, right? So he should be trying to stack up the Ancients at this point, but still, he's up against a level 10 Mirana, who I think at this point can 100-0 the Beastmaster just by herself. I mean, she has Hand of Midas as well as Phase Boots. She's doing some pretty decent right-click damage for this stage in the game, not to mention the fact that she does have support as well as Starstorm as well as Sacred Arrow. So if the Beastmaster steps up a little bit too close, trying to pull aggro or whatnot, then he could definitely get punished severely. You can throw axes all day, it'll just pull the aggro, but Fida, he actually has 3 Sandstorm. Was he like jungling really a lot? I mean, he only has 18 creeps killed. I can't imagine a scenario where you would prioritize Sandstorm over Burrow Strike unless you're going like a full jungle Sand King. I mean, he's clearly not doing that, so I want to say that this is a misclick. You really need the extra range on Burrow Strike. Like, the damage is nice. It's really, like, I mean, it's 80 damage at level. It's not terrible by any means, but you just need the range. You just need to be able to hit people. And that's going to put him back that much further. He's going to receive a little bit of free time on the lane, however, so I think it's going to be redeemed soon enough. Now Arlecchino, Vendetta up. They're going to use nothing special as bait. However, there's really nothing that they could do to the bottom side, so Beastmaster has hit the level 6 mark, though. So rejoice, Beastmaster fans. You could actually see some Beastmaster action. Creepy Magikarp going to go right in. Ball Lightning into Evasion. He's going to get dropped in Instant Tornado a little bit too late. Double Familiar Stun, and now Vacus can take a lot of damage as well. Is he going to drop the EMP? He should drop the EMP. Might as well drop the EMP, or just freak out and run. Here comes Arlecchino. In return to this fight, Recruiter though still with a rage. Storm Spirit not with any mana. And it looks like we are going to go back into this. So yeah, Vega still with the EMP active, doesn't have an invoke, so the only thing that he could throw out is an EMP, which if you land that on Storm Spirit, oh god, the value. So much value. Here comes nothing special as well. Got to pick off on the Rubik in the meantime on the bottom side. I think that was a solo pickoff. Yeah, that was definitely a solo pickoff. I guess he just tagged the Rubik with an arrow, and he's going to go for what looks like a Lincoln Sphere. This Mirana, playing very much so like a Weaver. He's going to go for all the basic items, just stat stack all day long. Feet on the top side is going to get chased down by Recruiter, but a Burrow Strike down if things get really hairy, and he should be just fine, unless he gets telekinesed. Fita, what you doing? Careful, bro. He's level 7, and he maxed out the Sandstorm. He's definitely going for this weird pseudo-farming Sand King thing. I mean, you could clear off the creeps, and you could be safe all the time. But, Burrow Strike, guys. Like, I don't know. I mean, you could even keep Sandstorm at level 1 just for invisibility. I mean, the cooldown reduction is really nice. The duration is also really nice. So once you get it at that sweet spot where you could be in Sandstorm permanently, then you're golden. But I don't really see why you would prioritize such a passive, low damage skill for such a great skill like Burrow Strike. I mean, Burrow Strike is, you can see it in your ability draft games, like how highly Burrow Strike is taken. It's just such a great skill. Being able to move places as well as stun people, and does some pretty sizable damage on top of that. It's a good skill, guys, and it should not be ignored by any means. So, not entirely convinced that Fita's skill build is the best one right now. I mean, he even has Arcane Boots. I guess this kind of makes more sense if he was like really, really poor and he didn't have any mana at all. But even then, I would always go for Burrow Strike. I guess he's, and you also need this. I guess you don't really need the stun as much with an arrow as well as a Nyx Impale. But when have you ever said, okay, guys, I think this team has too much stun. We have to lay off of the stun for a little bit. No, that's not a thing. You're like, yo, pour on the stun as much as you can. We got more time. Put on more stuns. All the stuns. Stack them. Who cares? Not convinced on that one. By the way, we're back into this game after a quick reconnect. And, well, 15 minutes in, 7-4. Storm Spirit going to go straight towards a BKB, it looks like. I think it's really just a completely necessary item for him to have. And Arlecchino on the top side. Vendetta up. There is a sentry, and, well, I guess it could have gone a lot worse. He knows that he's spotted out. As far as that is concerned, it's better to be spotted out by creeps than spotted out by 3 heroes, right? So it's fine. Invokers isn't a hero where you actually need hotkeys. Invoker hotkeys are completely necessary. Just use your mouse, you know, just E, invoke, Sunstrike, you know. It's pretty easy. That would be a great challenge. Like, mouse-only invoker. That'll be terrible. That'll be so bad. Fita gonna get spotted out by the Lifestealer. There is still just no dust though on the. Oh, there is. It's on Haze. Should be on the. Oh, the sentries on the Visage. It should really be on the Storm Spirit though. If you're gonna be jumping in, you're pretty much guaranteed to land some dust on someone. Lifestealer is gonna go for a Sanj. It looks like could be a Sanj and Yasha. Just go for the race car build. Oh god, guys, this is like pause central. All the pauses in this game. Like, you should just be putting the dust on Storm Spirit, because if he's jumping in, you're going to be able to tag the Sand King with it. I guess the Magic Pigeons don't know that Sandstorm is also maxed out, so I guess they don't realize that it's that important. Yeah, I think the Dota servers are kind of blinking in and out. Like, within the lobby, I was constantly, like, getting a split second of connecting to the Dota 2 network, and then it just restored. Which is, I guess, fine, but... What a casual Vegas. Use your mouse. Do you want a tornado? Tornado. I should totally try that one time. I think I might actually try that. But we're still in the game. Fire Slayer, get the hell out of here. I hate it when these notifications pop up. I think I turned them off, but now they're on again, so I gotta turn them off again. Take a quick look at how the items are progressing. Mirana, 1500 gold, well on her way to her Lincoln Sphere, is almost at that ultimate orb point. Actually nothing much else up from anyone else. Invoker is going to go straight for an Orchid, it looks like. He's not going to go for a huge mass movement speed build. Just wants to get that silence, shut down that Storm Spirit. Even though you have like Arrow, Burst Strike, Impale, Mana Burn even is really good against Storm Spirit. Got to put that nail into the coffin, make sure that the guy doesn't get off anything. Also, it's really good against Lifestealer if he's ever escaping or whatnot. On the Magic Pigeon side, BKB still being built up by Storm Spirit, quite a ways away before he could get that. Beastmaster, poor as hell. Needs some serious financial aid, but I think Arc Boots should be the choice for him. I mean, he hasn't earned Magic Wand. Yeah, I mean, unless he wants to just gun straight for something like a book. He hasn't, I don't believe, casted his ultimate yet, and that means he's clearly not contributing that much to his team because it's only a level 7 Beastmaster. He can't contribute anything. Visage gonna go for an Aghanim Scepter, very far away from that, and lots of problems on this Rubik, who's poor also. So Poorhouse and Lifestealer probably going to go Sanjanyasha, I want to say. Recording's being cut now. Save hard drive space, long pauses. You know the drill, guys. Alright, guys, we're back. And Maven, or Fida. Why do I keep on calling him Maven Fida? I guess it just flows so well. You're going to try to Sandstorm to escape, but yeah, the beatdown is there. And Impale, saving his ass once. He's going to go into the Sandstorm. Is there any dust here? Infest. There might be an Infest. Pull the neutrals. Pull the neutrals. Is the stun going to slam him right back? No, not onto Fida. There's a Burrow Strike, though, and an Epicenter. Bold moves by the Sand King. He's going to get the Epicenter off. Will it kill off anyone? It will kill off one. Rakudo is going to escape, however. That was, I mean, he was home free. Tornado going to fly through, and it will be actually killing the bottom side in the meantime. Nothing special going to get roared, but, you know, that did a lot. So, yeah, Sand King was home free, but he just felt like using an Epicenter, and he got a kill. Totally not worth it at all, but, you know, points for trying, I guess. That was a good attempt. That was certainly a really good attempt. Nick Sasson also coming through with that well-timed Impale, unfortunately, not expecting the Storm Spirit to jump through as well. Nothing special, just constantly farming heroes in the bottom lane. I don't know how he's landing these arrows because he's always getting kills while other kills are happening on the map, such as Fida, once again in a little bit of trouble. Is there any detection? Of course there's no detection. Why would you put detection on your Storm Spirit? It doesn't make any sense. Dude, Fida's getting so many just lucky breaks because the enemies don't have any detection. It's kind of weird. But Vegas is back in the mid lane. He has Deafening Blast, or Axis Deafening Blast. Going to go instead for, you know, Tornado EMP. Standard Wexvoker stuff. And they know that Mick Mouse is in it, does have an invisibility rune. However, it looks like, regardless, they're going to look towards pressuring this lane a little bit. Leap stolen by Rubik. It'll be real hard to kill this guy now. Familiar's on the sides, but I think Arlecchino's just going to look to dive a fool. And, well, I mean, that was nowhere close to anything, but he has Arcane Boots, so it's fine. He can just back up and do it again. Invoker Ghost walking places. He does have a Tornado up in 5 seconds. Thinking about going for this bottom lane, a little bit of a push, but no, instead they're going to wait for the Orchid, then they're going to do it. Sure, why not? Lincoln Sphere almost up on the Mirana. And Greater Hawk, well, will be tagged with the Ghost Walk. If Beastmaster's paying attention, he'll know that there's an Invoker here, but it's hard to pay attention to stuff like that. Yeah, oh, they definitely know. They definitely know. This is like the most unstealthy gank of all time. Of course, I mean, he should know. He should not know that. There's no way to tell if you're, you know, ghost walking a Hawk, because how many times does that actually happen? But they know, so Magic Pigeons, they're not going to be caught by surprise there. Sand King finally picking up his Blink Dagger now, so Blink Epi is now on the table. Blink Burrow Strike, also a big threat. Hey, he got maxed out Burrow Strike at the same time as he got Blink. And why does Storm Spirit still not have True Sight? This guy needs to be holding the dust, guys. If he's going to be jumping on people who have invisibility, like Nick Sasson, like Invoker, like Sand King, you need to get him some True Sight. You really do. And now Vekas. He's thinking about going for someone, but this is, like, once again, not subtle at all. Mirana, gonna get... Oh, the Courier's actually gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Courier, no! Oh, Mirana, you killed the Courier. She has a Hand of Midas active, but she got a Lincoln Sphere out of it, so it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Blink into a smoke now, nothing special, as well as Fida. Going to look for blood on this Beastmaster, and Beastmaster Uh-oh, don't go there, Beast. Oh, come on. We're gonna have a pause. Worst time for this. Worst time. Guys. Guys. What's happening? Dude, they're just like taking turns, pausing. Puppy pause. Puppy please. Well, okay, if they get the burrow strike, Rakudo should just pop his phase boots and just book it over here. Beastmaster, I want to say, is just screwed. He has 6 stick charges. Arrow is going to be a very difficult one to hit. But leap forward into stars, and McMouse is bacon. There's a level 1 Sunstrike available as well, which isn't going to be doing anything. But Rakudo, can you save your ally, or are you going to leave him to the dogs? That's the big question. Why are there so many pauses, guys? Alright guys, we're back, and well, it looks like McMouse is off running, but Rakudo wastes his open moves. Nothing special going to lift up into the air. The beatdown from Rakudo is going to commence. Nothing special going to pop his invisibility. Is there any dust? Yes, there is. Nothing special needs another leap, but I think he's just durable enough to just walk out of here. Unless leap. There's a blink burrow strike. Maven is going to get... No, Fida is going to get the ultimate off, and he's still dusted. He's going to live. The dust wears off just in time, and Rakudo stuck in the sandstorm, gets tagged with an arrow, and what was that? No, he walked back into the sandstorm to die. Okay. He got killed. He got a kill with Sandstorm. You never get killed with Sandstorm. Why do I keep on calling this guy Maven? The entire team name is Maven. Although I guess he's the only one with the tag. He is the only one with the tag. I'm just gonna call him Maven, guys. He is the team now. Oh my God, are you serious? Well, you guys only have like 3 minutes of pause time left.
Alright, carry on.
So though I would love to be able to say you could sit here all day and pause, we don't have all day. Alright, so they get 2 on the top side. Sand King coming through just barely also. Like he jumped in with dust still on him, and then the dust faded right when the killing blow is about to land. And also Beastmaster, of course, is going to get put under. He's still not having the best of times right now. Beastmaster really struggling. Meantime, Tarplane, Arlecchino going to try to 1v2, then TP out. Not really sure what the plan there was. So he got the tower, okay. But here comes reinforcements. Evasion going to lead the way with a bubble. No, something stolen. It's going to be Tornado stolen by Hayes. Going to land a 2-man Tornado. It's really easy right now, but he gets silenced. However, EMP going to zone the rest out. Blink forward from Fida. Going to land a Burrow Strike onto Magikarp. Tornado is going to fly through. Will crater the Rubik. Roar now onto Vacus. He's going to take a lot of damage put into the bubble. He does not have a Ghost Walk available. A lot of movement speed from Phase Boots as well as Wex Orbs. He needs a Ghost Walk. It won't happen, though. The slow from the board just enough to keep him in range. It's 2 down for the Maven side. 1 down for the Magic Pigeons. And I can't help but think that nothing special could have helped a lot in that fight, but he's farming away. He's going to get a full Maelstrom. Straight shot it. Would have much rather liked to see an MKB actually at this time. I mean, he had enough money for a Demon Edge. Although I love Maelstrom on Mirana, I just feel like if you have the chance, you should be going for a bigger item. Something that, you know, does a lot more, like a Daedalus or an MKB, or either one would be pretty good.
Do something about that bottom tower.
I mean, it's not a terrible item, but I think you could afford to go for a later game item right now. Nothing special now. He's going to have to leap away from a Storm Spirit who has full mana. Storm Spirit going to be very merciful. Leap with Mirana, movement speed. It's a hard nut to crack. Hard nut to catch up to, actually. And Lifestealer is going to go for Sanj and Yasha. So between SY, Drums, and Phase Boots, he's going to be moving at near max movement speed whenever he does go places. However, at the same time, he won't be doing that much damage, all things considered. Without an armlet or anything like that, his damage is going to be, you know, relatively low considering. Hungry Magikarp, if he gets tagged with an arrow right now, although there's the Orchid, no arrow needed perhaps. There's a leap forward, no leap forward, no arrow just yet. He's going to pop the BKB and then burn a lot of his mana to get out of there. That is the 10-second BKB. But a blink forward for a Burrow Strike, getting clear off the creep wave at the very least, but it might be a trap. It's wrong neighborhood Dota. Vegas is going to be on the way back. There's a tornado going to catch 2 or 3, cratering a lot of damage and stanking. Going to get in there with the epicenter. Will only kill off one, however. Rakuto on the front lines. He's been off way more hit than he could chew, though, because it's a 2v4. Creepy Magikarp also here. He's going to drop as well. Arlecchino coming in with the Vendetta, sealing the deal on the Lifestealer now. McMouse, Burrow Strike after the blink. He's going to go down. It's a complete team wipe in favor of Maven. I mean, that was a less than ideal Burrow Strike, but still, Magic Pigeons biting off a lot more than they could chew, running into pretty much 2 separate fights in that last one. I mean, they had the 2v4 and then another 2v4. That's just not the way you're supposed to play this game. Even if they were all together, though. Not convinced that that was the fight to take. Storm Spirit already... What the hell, Tornado? Storm Spirit was already down a BKB, down a lot of mana. And Maven, although they were chasing very aggressively, and when that happens, you are usually in a position to be punished. If your Storm Spirit can't fight, then he just can't fight, and you probably shouldn't be wasting your time in trying to do so. Nothing special. Actually going to ship the Hand of Midas away for the Miraquila. That's kind of interesting. Usually would see Midas for a little bit longer. Miraquila not too important, all things considered. They're going to go for Roshan now. Should be a pretty easy Roshan for them. Although Magic Pigeons, if they make a beeline straight towards this area, they should be able to intercept. That's a little bit too late. Looks like Miranda's going to ship the Aquila. No? Who's gonna... Okay, no TP scroll, drop the magic wand. Hell, I mean... Wait, did he destroy it? What is going on with these items? I don't know where it went. It's gone now, guys. It's gone. He didn't even sell it, he just dropped it. Okay. Whatever, they got the Aegis, they got the Roshan kill. Now they're gonna start putting pressure on this mid lane tier 2 tower. Chain Lightning bouncing through, wrecking the Beastmaster pretty hard. Hungry Magikarp on the top side has a BKB and a Lifestealer Bomb. No vision onto anyone, though, so jumping in might just be suicide. Wait, no, he stole it. No, Nick Assassin took it, not stole it. I just thought I had Storm Spirit selected. It's going to be Evasion, who gets initiated upon. And now Deafening Blast, Meteor. Can they burn out the rest of Rakuto's mana? No. He's going to keep all of his mana intact. And now Nothing Special going to try to chase down Hungry Magikarp. Good luck doing that. Arlecchino going to get his wounds open up. He's still dusted up. He's going to go down as well. Rakuto now going to try to man fight. Nothing Special in the meantime. We have Vegas going to try to go toe-to-toe with Mick Mouse. He's going to get roared up. Axes as well. Nothing Special struggling to do any real damage. Again, if you had an MKB, that could really help. But a Burn Strike going to land on 2 with the 2-man Impale following straight after. Creepy Magikarp is going to get mana burned. And he's going to drop as well. It's 3 down, and Maven still alive after that Aegis use from Vegas. They're now going to start knocking on the tier 2 tower and pick up some familiar kills along the way. I really don't like this Maelstrom pick anymore. It's like, you got to be doing damage to the Lifestealer. You need something that gives you green damage, not any of this Chain Lightning BS. That's just not going to cut it versus this guy, because it won't do anything versus this guy. I guess it'll clear creeps and stuff like that, but it's not a great deal in my opinion. They're going to clear up all the familiars, though, and then save the rest of the towers on the bottom side. Clear the creep wave pretty damn quick, but you have Starstorm. Yeah, I'm not convinced of this. If this was his first item, then yes, I'd be completely on board. But I mean, he has 3,600 gold in the bank. He could go for a Mjolnir. It's a lot of attack speed, but if you really wanted attack speed and damage, you go for a Butterfly. You go for a Daedalus. You go for big ticket items, because you are getting that much farm. You could afford those big ticket items. You don't need to go for small chunks of less efficient items. Hungry Magikarp going to run straight into Evasion. Evasion doesn't have that much. Here comes Nyx, though. This could be the gank of a century. Impale into the Curse, which will actually not land on Hungry Magikarp, but I don't think it'll matter. Demonic Purge will pop him. There you go. 2 supports getting a kill on the Storm Spirit. Invisible ganks. And now the Maelstrom, or Mjolnir rather, has been finished from Rana. So she's going to be dishing as far as attack speed is concerned. Chain Lightning, though, it's great, but not really what she wants against a Lifestealer when she has to man fight him. Regardless, MKB, Daedalus could all still be in the pipeline, so just going for a little bit of an intermittent item. That was 22 for 10, Magic Pigeons, down by quite a margin. Beastmaster still struggling to contribute to his team. He has another 2,100 gold in the bank. I think he's looking for a Blink Dagger to be a pure initiator. But, Ghost Walk into Silence, into Beatdown, Mick Mouse. Oh god, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Just an Orchid that I don't think even popped. Now 2 familiars are going to go down because they have so much attack speed and damage. Oh, well, no, 10 HP, he lives. One lucky familiar is going to live today. But Maven, they're looking towards the top lane tower. Oh, they even got the bird. They didn't even have vision of that. I didn't even know that works like that. Okay. Apparently you could chain lightning to things that you don't have vision of. Like birds. They got the bird, and now they're going to take the tier 2 tower. Magic Pigeons, their Raxes are now going to start to be under some heavy fire. This creep wave is going to get annihilated due to all this AoE magical damage, and now, are they just going to go for it? I think you just go for it. You could sit back and farm and get another Roshan, but that's boring. Who wants to do that? Fade Bolts are going to fly, Axes as well. Creep Wave's not going to last very long. I think split pushing probably a better way of doing it. And Maven are definitely a lot stronger individually than the Magic Pigeons are. Got to watch out for Burrow Strike, for Life Stealer Bombs, Storm Spirit, who actually has gone for a very late Soul Ring for some reason. I guess figures just needs more mana. But, you know, sacking your health pool for that at this point in the game is probably not the best way to go. The other lane's going to be pushed out, and Hungry Magikarp with the Life Stealer Bomb inside of him, thinking about jumping in, but it's going to decide against it. Fida's on the bottom lane, he's pushing that one out. I think as long as everyone from Maven just split pushes responsibly, like have the Invoker use his insane mobility to not die like this, I mean that's kind of, you know, well, he's going to force staff out, not going to be enough. And now Nothing Special going to run toe-to-toe into 3 heroes, going to throw an arrow, going to split the wickets, and he's going to escape. Leap OP. Magic Pigeons get a much needed pick. Maybe they'll be able to take down one of their first tier 1 towers. They already took down one, but that's about it. But they do have to worry about Fida, who's still pushing down that bottom lane. Someone's got to deal with that, or else the tier 3 is going to get some scratching. They're just going to go for it. However, Open Wounds now onto Evasion. Has a Force Staff. He will Force Staff his way out, and Arlecchino is going to move in for a Mist Impale. Probably not the best way to go. Arrow going to fly. Will hit onto absolutely nothing. Nothing Special now going to try to deal the damage into Rakudo. He gets put into a bubble. Nothing Special is forced to leap out. Evasion going to land the Curse onto Lifesteal. He will go down. However, you can't outrun this guy. The Curse doing so much damage to Rakudo, but they can't get the kill. No, it's going to be Fida from the side with an Epicenter. Get a clean up too. Now Hungry Magikarp out of mana. One more hit is going to do it with the Chain Lightning proc. Arrow going to fly through. Will tag Mick Mouse as well. Nothing Special is on fire right now. He's going to get a triple kill. And it's 4 down for the Magic Pigeons. The only one to make it alive is the Visage. They lose 2. It looked like it was going to be awful for them, but Fida coming in big with a huge Epicenter. After having the Shadow Demon lay that curse down on the Lifestealer, the damage from the Mirana was substantial. She has 6,400 gold in the bank. I think now you ship the Aquila, get a Butterfly, get a Daedalus, get an MKB, something around those lines, and then start breaking down these tier 3 towers. But I think before shopping, tier 3 tower is definitely going to be the priority. There you go. Creep Wave annihilated. Alacrity on this Mirana, making her absolutely no joke. That Alacrity is just going to get stronger from here on out. Only level 2 on Exhort right now. So give her a lot more damage moving forward, up to 80. Nothing Special. Going to get the tower. Blink forward for a Burrow Strike, into a Tornado, into a Deafening Blast. Yo, Haze is not worth all of that, but he sure is dead right now. Blink forward from Mick Mouse into Standing Still. Standard builds. Curse onto Lifestealer. If he goes in, he's just going to die. He's not durable enough with the Sanjin Yasha. They're going to keep chipping away at these Raxes. Nothing Special has to get up onto the front lines. He's clear off the creep wave first. Familiars in the front lines. Fida going to jump forward with the Burrow Strike, but it's for Kudo as well as Hungry Magikarp. Going to instantly pick off that Shadow Demon. They're going to take a 1-for-1 trade for now, and nothing leap backwards from Nothing Special. And Rakudo now silenced up. Arlecchino is on his way out. He's going to get mech'd up and restore himself almost up to full HP. Maven Fida going to get in there with another Burrow Strike. Impale going to miss. Tornado going to miss as well. Magikarp has a short jump, but that's not going to be enough mana burn. Not enough either. Arrows from Mirana, that'll be enough. Haze is going to teleport back into this fight. He's going to get chewed up immediately. Leap forward for Hungry Magikarp. It's a double kill for Nothing Special. It's a buyback for the Storm Spirit, but he cannot get anything done. He's going to try to Ball Lightning after that. Nyx Assassin is going to burn the rest of his mana to do so. And he gets tagged with an arrow and tagged with an Impale. He's out of mana. Arlecchino is going to live. Well played, and a GG has been called, guys. After like 10 years of pause and 32 minutes of playing, we're going to end this game on a Mirana with 9,500 gold. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully game number 2 will be, you know, not as pause-filled. Regardless, this is a best of 3, and Maven going to take it 1-0 over Magic Pigeons. We'll move on to game number 2 of the semifinals match as soon as everyone gets back into the lobby, guys. GG.